my channel. First off, I wanted to apologize for taking a long time to upload another video. I'm starting a new job soon, and a new school semester is starting up for me in a couple days, so kind of busy, and I've kind of just, this channel has just fallen behind a little bit in my priorities, because when you're starting new things, that's usually what you try to focus on more, just so you can, until you get in the groove of all that, and then I can come back to this. So, little announcement. For a while, I think I'm just going to be trying to upload at least once a week. That's my goal, is to get one video out per week. As the semester goes on and as I get more eased into my new job, maybe I'll get 2 or 3 out a week, but I feel like a good goal to not be like too hard on myself or just try to push myself too much is gonna be just once a week. So yeah, expect one video out per week from me. And I know I said that I would have a darker background soon, but I've tried a couple different things and I can't really get it to work, like whether it's the lighting or just the best way to even position a background behind me. I've been kind of struggling with that, so, but I'm not giving up on it. I'm still gonna try to get that done. So let's start today's video, which by the title you can see that it's gonna be a video game collection video. Now, most of my video games I actually have online on Steam on my computer, or I have them online on my PS5. So, my actual hard copy collection is very limited, but I do have some here with me today that I can show you. I have more that I could show than is just in this video, but I pretty much just went through all of the games we have and chose my favorites. I have because this video, let me show you some. I got pretty much just, accidentally bumped my mute button there, sorry about that. I have this Switch games and just PS4 games for this video today. I'll also talk about some of my games that I have that aren't in physical form. I don't have hard copy of. Just some of my favorites. I'm not gonna cover every game I've ever played, obviously, because that'd be like a 3-hour video or something. So let's get started. First up, I'm gonna start with the Switch games. So I'm gonna go over the hard copy ones I have first, and then I'll talk about the games that I have just purchased online on the Switch. So the first game I'm going to show you is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. This is the Pokemon Diamond remaster. You can see that there, hopefully. Here's what the back looks like. This is, when I was a kid, of course I played Pokemon Diamond on the DS. And I played, I think, the only games I played, Pokemon games as a kid, was Diamond. And then I played Platinum. And then I played Heart Gold. And then I played the emulator version of Pokemon Emerald. So I haven't played all of them, but I have a bit of experience. And I really enjoyed playing through the remaster of Diamond. I think it's really cool seeing the old games, in the same style but with updated graphics. And I haven't bought any of the newer than this Pokemon games. I'm not sure if, I don't remember if this came out before or after Sword and Shield did, but I don't have Sword and Shield, and I don't have whatever the new one's called, just came out like a month and a half ago or whatever. I don't have either of those. But I've saw the graphics and the gameplay and everything, and it's kind of embarrassing. A lot of people were complaining about how the company that makes the Pokemon games, they have millions and millions, you could say billions of dollars. Pokemon sells an insane amount of copies, and they just put none of that back into the game. The game's just, it seems like technology just keeps advancing, and yet these games are just staying similar, just staying the same, you know? They're not trying to improve them. Because you look at games like Breath of the Wild, which I have Breath of the Wild, of course, but not a hard copy. That's one of the games that I bought online on my Switch. So, but you look at Breath of the Wild, and it's like so beautiful. You know, it's very stylized. Of course, it's not really like it looks like real life or anything, but you know, it's very pretty. Everyone agrees that Breath of the Wild is like a beautiful landscape, just a beautiful environment. And everyone says, like, imagine a Pokemon game with those graphics, like Breath of the Wild graphics. But Pokemon, like, that'd be amazing. That'd be, like, game of the year. Like, people would love that. And it feels like they try to do that. They try to make that, but they end up just doing, like, a bad version of it. It's like open world, but the graphics are just terrible. And from what I've seen, it's very limited too. Like, it may be called open world. I'm not sure if it is or not. I think it is. But it's not that open compared to other games, so that sucks. But I'm not like a huge Pokemon fan. I really like the games. I think they're fun. Every so often I get an urge to play through one, but I don't really care about them too much, so I'm not too bent out of shape over the company kind of throwing them away, but you know, I feel for the people that care about them a lot, so. Next game I have hard copy is Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is one of the first games that I got for my Switch, and I am terrible at this game. I am terrible at all fighting games I've ever tried to play. So, that sucks, but it's always been a fun, like, party game to play, you know, when you have friends over, just with your family or whatever. Hopefully you can hear this tapping. Hope it sounds nice. Yeah. Here's the case for it. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Hope that's not too close. And this is what the back looks like. Shows all the characters and everything. So, pretty fun game. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I think, as far as the DLC goes, I don't even remember if I bought any. Maybe the first couple I bought, because yeah, I can't even really remember the DLC are, but I know I don't have like Minecraft Steve or any of the super fun characters, but I got some of them. So yeah, not a lot to say about this game. It's pretty fun. I lose a lot when I play it, you know. I'm just not very good at fighting games. So I know fighting games are one of those things that you gotta put a lot of time into to get good at, and I just never really put that much time into this game, so I just played it casually whenever I had people over, you know. But it's always fun, so that's that. The last Switch game that I have, hard copy, is Super Mario Odyssey. Now, Super Mario Odyssey is definitely one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love playing this game. I've played through it like 2.5 times. And it's just so fun every single time. You know, the music, the different worlds, the environment, all the different outfits you can wear. It's such a fun game. Definitely, easily my favorite Mario game. You know, I played a lot of Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, and I loved that growing up. And I gotta say that I think I enjoyed Mario Odyssey even more than I enjoyed playing Mario Sunshine. So that's saying something. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite games of all time. I think I would be probably in the minority with that. You know, as people might prefer, well, I guess everyone could probably recognize that this is a really fun game, but no one would compare it to more detailed story games like Red Dead Redemption or God of War or Last of Us, you know, those PlayStation exclusive type things. No one would really compare it to those, but I think it's probably in my top 10 favorite games I've ever played, so great game. Love it. Alright, so that's it for the Nintendo Switch hard copies that I have, but as far as digital games I have on the Switch, if I can remember all of them, I don't have too many, so it shouldn't be that hard, but as I mentioned earlier, I do have Breath of the Wild. I've played through that game a couple times. Absolutely love it. Easily one of the best combat systems I've ever played. You know, the weapons are super fun to use. And then you got the, sorry, I don't remember what it's called, but, you know, like the gadget system with like the magnet, and you can like freeze stuff in place and all that. And there's just like unlimited possibilities, it seems like, as far as the combat goes. A lot of creativity in that game. And the exploration was never dull. I never got tired of like going around trying to find stuff and trying to light up all the towers and everything, you know. It was super fun. And the boss fights were so like, it was the perfect balance, I think, of challenging and just like super fun, because I've played games like Dark Souls and Sekiro and Bloodborne and Elden Ring, where it's like the whole point is to basically make you hate the game. It seems like sometimes like they put you in these beautiful worlds, but it's the most punishing experience you'll ever go through in your life, video game wise. And Breath of the Wild, it can feel like that. I think sometimes there's a couple fights I remember being super annoying, but you know, overall it wasn't that bad, and it's super rewarding, I think, because the bosses can be super complex. So once you figure it out, like it requires you to use a certain gadget or do something very specific. It's not just the same like way to beat a boss. Basically, you don't beat every boss the same way. They're all unique, and it's all super fun. It's just a great game. So that's Breath of the Wild. Very good game. And I also have Animal Crossing New Horizons on my Nintendo Switch. Love that game. It was my first Animal Crossing game. I started playing it when everyone else did when it came out. I think during COVID quarantine. That was when like I think Nintendo Switch consoles were selling out super fast. Like you couldn't get one unless you paid like double the price or something. It was crazy. But luckily I already had a Switch at that point, so it wasn't bad for me. I got Animal Crossing, loved playing it. I actually took a really long break from playing it. Like once I got it, I played it a lot, and then I didn't play it for a long time. But actually recently, when I went on this trip that I've talked about in previous videos, I was playing it like on the plane or in the hotel, you know. So it was nice to, you know, get back into it and revisit the island, because the way they do it is like anyone that you have living on your island will welcome you back if you haven't been on for a really long time. So that's always cool. You know, it feels like a real place every time you go there. It's not just like any other game where they act like you haven't been missing, you know. The characters actually notice when you're gone, so I think that's a nice little mechanic. So yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons, great game. I don't think I have anything else downloaded. I think I have Skyrim on the Switch, but I also have it for my PS4. I'm gonna show you more. That's one of the games I have. So I have Skyrim on the Switch as well. I'll talk about it more when I get to that. And then I'm pretty sure that's it. I feel like I'd remember anything else that I have. Yeah, I mean, I've played like Mario Party and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but I don't actually own those. I've just played them from other people, so I think that's it as far as games that I actually own. At least I can remember. Sorry if I'm forgetting something, but I'll let you know if it comes back to me. So now I'm gonna get into the PlayStation games that I have, and currently I have a PS5. That's what I mainly play on, and all the games I'm gonna show you though are PS4 games, because the PS5 I have, I bought the discless version, so all the games on there are just digital. So these PS4 games I'm gonna show you are from way back when I didn't have the PS5. I only had a PS4. So I'm going to show you the games I played on the PS4 that I enjoyed. Not all the games, because there would be too many, but I just picked out my favorites pretty much. So let's get started with that. First up, it's kind of hard to tap on these because the disc is in there, so I don't want it to make that rattling noise too much, so not going to be a lot of tapping with these, but first up we have Assassin's Creed Unity. This wasn't my first Assassin's Creed game. was probably the one that I played the most. I had one of my friends when I was younger. He first showed me the Assassin's Creed games, and I think the one I played at his house was Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and that one was really fun. And then I got this one. I don't remember. I'm not gonna remember how I got most of these games. It was probably just. It was either I bought it myself at GameStop or something, or I got it for Christmas or birthday. You know how it is. So I don't remember how I got this game, but this is. I'd never finished this game. Now I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the biggest Assassin's Creed fan, but this is definitely the Assassin's Creed game that I played through the most. I played through this one more than any of the other ones I've owned, because I do have Black Flag and Brotherhood, but I didn't play them that much. So this game is really fun. The parkour, I think everyone says that Assassin's Creed Unity has the best parkour out of all the Assassin's Creed games. And from what I've played, I'd say I agree. The parkour is really fun. It's definitely a highlight of this game. It doesn't feel like restrictive at all. Some games can feel really restrictive with the parkour, like Uncharted games. You can't. The parkour is very simple, just like linear, because it's just like get point A to point B. It's not a lot of like roaming around kind of stuff. But I guess that's a bad comparison, because this is basically open world. So yeah, great game, super fun. Definitely my favorite Assassin's Creed game that I've played. Next up is my PS4 copy of Skyrim. This game, of course, is amazing. I'm pretty sure everyone that has ever played Skyrim absolutely loves it. This is the special edition, it says on there. So, Skyrim, I own this game on PS4, on my computer, and on my Switch. I don't know why, but I do. However, the PS4 is the first thing I had it on, so I got it. I remember buying this actually. I remember buying this during Black Friday. It was super cheap. It was like $5 at this, there's a store by me. I think it's closed down. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, it was like they sold like a bunch of old games and stuff, and they had Skyrim. This is a few years after it had been out, and I had tried the game before at like a friend's houses, but I never actually owned it. So on this Black Friday, I decided to get myself a copy of Skyrim, and I don't regret it at all. This game is so fun. It's like infinite things you can do. The story is amazing, and you can basically make your own story. So the story of the game itself is amazing, and the story that you make is always going to be amazing also. So super fun. So many like side quest lines to do, and if you get it on the PC, then there's all the modding that you can explore, and I didn't mess around with that too much. I always wish I did. I did try a few things, but never really got too deep. For anyone that knows, you'll know that you can like pretty much turn Skyrim into like a whole other game. It's crazy. The modding is just limitless, so very cool. Yeah, absolutely love this game. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Next up, I have Uncharted 4. Now, I do have, on my PS4, I have downloaded the entire first 3 Uncharted games, the original trilogy. So, I've played them all, and I would say I think the third one is probably my favorite, Uncharted 3. Unless I'm getting these mixed up, because I'm pretty sure, like, it's obviously been a really long time since I've played any of these PS4 games. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the third game is when you play a lot as Nathan Drake, right, in all the games. And I'm pretty sure the third one is when you play a lot of him as a kid. Like, it starts off with him as a kid, and that's either the third game or this game. And I'm sorry I don't remember, but whichever game that is, I don't think it says on here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the third game. And if it's the third game, then that one's probably my favorite. If it's this game, then this one's my favorite. But yeah. And a funny thing is, my dad doesn't really play a lot of video games, but he loves the Uncharted games for some reason. Uncharted and Tomb Raider are like his favorite games. He's played all of them as well on the PS4, so really cool. Great game, great story. You know, the fights are really cool with the shootouts and everything. I think are really fun. And the parkour, you know, it's not really, like I said earlier, it's not really open world kind of, but it's polished, so I like it a lot. Next up, I have Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This is the only COD I'm going to show you, because this is pretty much the only one I played on my PS4. But I do have, on my PC, I did buy the new MW2, so I played that a lot. But this is definitely my favorite Call of Duty of all time. I love the zombies. The zombies in this are my favorite by far, compared to Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, whatever. Black Ops 3 zombies is my favorite. I love them so much. Even just Shadows of Evil alone, the original, the first zombies map that the game comes with is so good. I love it so much. It's so fun. And it's pretty scary too. But yeah, Black Ops 3, and it also had that parkour like side mode on top of the zombies and the multiplayer. Super fun. Didn't really play that as much, but you know, it was a nice little addition. But I love the multiplayer in this game, you know. All the guns, it had some of my favorite guns. And it had I don't remember what they're called. Maybe it says on here. I can't find it, but like the operators, you know, like I'm not sure what else to call them. You know, you could like choose a character to play as basically. And each character has like a different ability. Like the default one was like the bow and arrow. But then there was like the guy with the thunder stick things like slam into the ground, and just those were just added something to the game that was super enjoyable. And a lot of people, when they talk about God, they usually complain about how the newer games are too futuristic, you know, like they were. I guess we're kind of going back to with the MW2 and Modern Warfare, but with like Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare and all that, people didn't like all the movement, but I always kind of enjoyed it. So definitely my favorite COD of all time. Next up, I have Mortal Kombat X. This is Mortal Kombat 10. The X is the Roman numeral, of course. That's what the front and the back looks like. So, this game, again, I'm terrible at fighting games. However, if I had to choose a fighting game that I was decent at, it would be this one. I used to play this game. It's actually really dusty, so I don't know if you saw that when I held it up to the camera, but maybe most of these are dusty, because I just pulled them off the shelf today for the first time in like a year, so sorry about that. And basically, yeah, I'm pretty decent at this game, or I was back when I used to play it. I used to play Kenshi. I think his name's Kenshi. Well, actually, I played Takeda a lot. I think it's Kenshi's son. I played Takeda a lot with the guy with the chains. And then I switched over to Kenshi, started playing him. And yeah, I played this game quite a bit. I played a lot against friends and family, and I also played the online a lot. So I wasn't terrible at this game, but I still wasn't really any good, you know. If I went against someone that actually played the game and practiced more than me, I would easily lose. You know, wouldn't really put up a fight, but still really fun. The story is really good. I've actually played through the story a couple times, I think, and that's always enjoyable. Great cinematics, great characters, and the abilities and everything are really cool, so great game. Next up is another fighting game. This is the Injustice game. This is another fighting game that I would say I was okay at, you know, definitely better at this game than I was at like Super Smash Bros. Or Street Fighter V or anything like that. love the story of this game. I haven't read all the comics, but I've watched videos about all of them, so I pretty much read them all, but on YouTube. And the story is amazing. Probably my favorite comic book story of all time, and the game really holds up to that. The playing through the story in the game is great. The arenas you fight in are super well designed. The characters and all their abilities are awesome. And yeah, overall it's just a great game. I've played it so many times. Played against my friends a lot. Played against my dad and my siblings, Just super fun. And played the online a lot as well. So, yeah, definitely. I don't know if I would say this is my favorite fighting game, but it's up there. I really like it, and I would recommend it to anyone that likes superheroes and likes fighting games. And actually, I got Injustice 2 on the PS5 very recently, like a couple weeks ago, because it was like $5, so, or no, it was $3. So I got Injustice 2 for $3. I never played it, but I've saw a lot of videos of it, and I decided, why not, because it was $3, so. And I heard that there's Injustice 3 possibly coming out soon, so that's pretty cool. Great game. Next up is a game that I didn't play as much as I wish I did, and that is Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition. I got this game for Christmas, I believe, and I know everyone always talks about Fallout as like one of the best video game series. Like Fallout New Vegas is a lot of people's like favorite game of all time. And I did play this game a decent amount, and I enjoyed it a lot, but I never finished it, unfortunately. I could go back and finish it, but since my PS5 doesn't have a disc slot, it's not really easy to just, I can't just play it. Like, I have a PS4 still, but I don't know. I just don't think I'll ever get around to finishing this, Unfortunately, I do know how the story ends, so that's one of the main reasons why I wasn't super worried about finishing it. I wasn't like stressed or like super eager to find out what happens, but what I did play was super fun. I really liked the environment. The world it starts off with like that like 50s vibe, and then it gets blown up. Nuclear explosion. That's like the whole premise of the game, nuclear fallout. So I like the vibe of the game. The enemies you meet, all the different types, the characters, NPCs. Super fun game. And maybe I'll finish it one day, but I wouldn't bet on it, so yeah. From what I've played, pretty fun game, but I know a lot of people, I don't know too much about everyone's opinions on Fallout 4, but I know the new one, Fallout 76, was not very well received, so that sucks. Alright, the last game that I have here is Batman Arkham Knight. This game is absolutely amazing. I think anyone that has played it would agree. It is such a good game. And I feel like, I don't even know what year this came out in. Let me see if it says. I don't know. It says 2015 on here. That could be right. I guess that feels right, but yeah. This game, absolutely amazing. Very beautiful, the environment is unmatched. I love that city vibe. That rainy city vibe is so nice. The combat was amazing, and all the gadgets and everything you can use throughout the game is just so fun. It's so well made, and it's just a great time, The designs for all the villains and everything are super clean, and the story is great. I think anyone that's a fan of Batman, or even just video games in general, would absolutely love this game. And of course, it's like a whole trilogy. Like, you got Arkham Asylum and whatever the other one's called, I don't remember. But yeah, this game is absolutely amazing. I really like all the side stuff you can do too, like all the Riddler missions and everything. It's just a really fleshed out game. It reminds me of the newer like Spider-Man games. Obviously I think they're more polished because they came out later, but environment wise I feel like it holds up pretty well compared to those games. Just like graphics. funny because they just had that new Batman kind of game. I don't remember what it's called. Gotham Knights. I don't even know if Batman's in there. I know it has Nightwing and Red Hood and Batgirl, but I've seen a lot of people compare that game to this game, and the graphics pretty much look the same as this game, if not worse. So that kind of sucks that they made a newer game, but the graphics are pretty much worse than this game that came out so many years ago. So a little disappointing that that new game didn't do so well, but that's alright. We still have that one, so that's it for the hard copy games that I'm going to show you. On my PS5, I think I've mentioned it before in one of my rambles maybe, but some of the games I have on there is the God of War Ragnarok. I played 2018 God of War on my computer, and then when I got the PS5, I got the Ragnarok edition, so that's what I got. Well, not really Ragnarok edition, but like my PS5 came with God of War Ragnarok, so I have that game. I have Red Dead Redemption 2 on my PS5, and I have Bloodborne on my PS5, and I bought some other games. I haven't played them yet. I bought Returnal. I think, yeah, Returnal is what it's called. I don't know. I'm pretty sure most people know about that game. It doesn't seem like it's super popular, but it got a lot of attention. It looks pretty fun. Returnal. And I'm excited to play that. I'm almost done with Bloodborne right now. I finished Ragnarok and I finished Red Dead Redemption 2. And both of those games had like some of the best stories I've ever experienced. Especially Red Dead number 2. That story is amazing. It's one of the few games that's made me like tear up while playing it, you know? It's just so many emotional scenes. Sometimes you just get so attached to the characters, and it makes me wish that game, I really wish it had like a show or a movie made about it, because I feel like that story needs to be shown to more people, you know? There's so many people that don't play games, and they'll just miss out on a story like Red Dead 2's, and that sucks, because it's amazing, you know? Anyone that's played it will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's super emotional. It's super fun gameplay as well. It's just a great game. So, yeah. Any other games I have on my PS5? I bought Demon's Souls. I haven't played it yet, but I do have it purchased. And I think Horizon. I don't remember what it's called. Horizon Forbidden. No, not Forbidden. Is Forbidden West the new one? Whatever the first Horizon game is. Zero Dawn, maybe. Whatever the first one is. Anyone that knows, whatever it is, I have that one as well. I haven't played any of those games yet, so I'm excited to play that once I get to it. And yeah, obviously I have so many more games that I have played in my lifetime, especially since I have a computer. Most of my games played have been on my computer over the course of my life, so maybe I could do a video with that. Maybe I could record my library on my computer and show you the games I have there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed me talking about this collection and showing some of the games. And also let me know if you saw any games that you enjoyed and if you want to talk about them. You know, I love talking about games because I've been playing games pretty much my entire life. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, or you at least found it relaxing. And I'll see you all next time. Good night.